Hello, I'm Gareth Jones, sports editor at BBC Radio Leeds. It must be a derby weekend because it's all about the branding, obviously. We're merging this week our preview video together for this 1 week only because it is Huddersfield Town against Leeds United on Saturday. We'll be live on air at the John Smith Stadium from 11:30 with our unique split build-up and commentary. So if you want to hear Paul Ogden and Kieran O'Regan with a Town point of view, it's 774 AM and DAB Digital Radio. And Adam Pope and Noel Whelan for Leeds United's viewpoint of the derby. Then it's 92.4 FM and 103.9 FM. So, gentlemen, can we have an early handshake to just make sure everyone's happy with things?
If we must.
Okay, very nice. That's as nice as it is going to get. Okay, calm down. Serious points, team selection. Let's start with the home side. Any selection changes?
Leave them exactly as they are, thank you. Looking forward to David Edgar's home debut. I thought James Vaughan looked a little bit tentative with his face mask on last week, but they played well. They need to up their game a little bit. If they play like they did against Wigan, they might still come a cropper because it wasn't a great performance. It was solid without being great. Leave them as they are.
Don't see too many changes for Leeds. Excellent performance against the league leaders, Bournemouth. Really went at them. There will be one forced change. I think Sol Bamba will make his debut because Belushi's out for 2 games now. Otherwise, I think they'll be hard-pressed to make any changes. So we'll see a very different setup to the one we saw last time when Leeds come to be beat Huddersfield, you have to say, in September. It's going to be not the diamond, but more of a 4-2-3-1.
I'm probably cursing this derby now for tomorrow because it's the derby that always excites, the derby that always produces goals. The last 13 have done exactly that. How big actually is this derby for these two clubs now?
For Huddersfield Town, it's a treat of sorts because of the atmosphere and the full house at one end. You're going to have a very full section of Leeds United fans. Credit to them for that. So you can expect a late teens, possibly even 20,000 plus crowd. But for me, it's no more than a halfway house between a regular championship game and a cup tie, Gaz, because Huddersfield Town are now an established part of the championship. They're not under threat of relegation. It is nice to play the neighbours, but our season and our happiness levels do not rest on whether we beat Leeds United or not, because our agenda is much more sophisticated than that. Thank you very much.
Sophisticated?
Look, I get what Oggie's saying, and I think Leeds fans have always felt that Huddersfield have looked up to this game as their big one, their cup final and all that, like for most Yorkshire clubs that come to play Leeds. And that is the truth. It's a big occasion. It's an event when Leeds play, but I have to say it is about the victory and getting back to winning ways for Leeds United away from home. That's the important thing. And, of course, just moving away from the perilous position it looked like a few weeks ago from the bottom 3. So for me, it's important for those reasons. Like, we've got to start winning on the road because there's some big away long trips, Reading, Brighton, Fulham, all to be done in midweek, and a trip to Middlesbrough as well. So they need to start learning to win away from home now.
So for the derby, just identify one key player for Leeds.
Lewis Cook, I would say. He was masterful at 17 years of age against Bournemouth. A repeat of that performance and he'll run the show.
Huddersfield?
David Edgar. He has made a difference in the one match that he's played so far. He'll have had another week on the training ground now to fuse with Connor Cody, Jacob Butterfield. Jonathan Hogg won't be risked if he's not 100% fit. There are others I could name, but I'd go for David Edgar because his single acquisition has probably given people a lot more confidence for the rest of the season.
So finally, who needs the 3 points more? Huddersfield or Leeds?
I'll take them when Town get them, but I think Leeds need the points more than Huddersfield Town do.
When you look at the position of the table, yes, Leeds do. 5 points behind Town at the moment. A win away from home, for the reasons I said, would be huge. But a point would be all right as well. But the way they're playing, it's there for Leeds to take all 3.
So let us know what you think. You can tweet your thoughts and predictions about the derby to @WYS Daily. Join us on Saturday, 11:30, live from the John Smith Stadium for all the build-up and our unique bias split commentaries. A reminder again, for Huddersfield Town, it's 774 AM and DAB Digital Radio. For Leeds United, it's 92.4 FM and 103.9 FM. We'll speak to you Saturday, 11:30.